The Samsung Khan Zerg player starts to the bottom left of the map. One more win and he will advance to the second round of the WCS Challenger League. It is
Samsung Khan shine.
Can he shine today? We'll find out.
Good one. Bottom right of the map, we have his opponent. Can he plant the seed of success? I don't know. I can't walk through that.
FXOC.
Can he FX open the way into the botanical garden where there are many seeds planted?
No, sorry. Like, you should stick with the Samsung Khan joke. That was much better. That last one was a little bit awkward.
Yeah, well, quick probe scout here. Probably another aggressive pylon block coming out from Seed, who this time will not be doing gateway expand.
And we already have like, well, the Overlord is of course immediately going to the bottom right trying to find out what happens here. This is one of the maps where you know immediately where to send your units, so this leaves Shine in a position where he knows right from the start what's going on. We have him starting with the pool again. This is the safer option, the safest build that you can basically do against Protoss these days. And for Seed, with the pylon position, I mean, he could go for either build here, but it feels more like we are going to see the old traditional Forge build instead of a gateway.
Yeah, definitely going to do that, and it will be a Nexus first with how he's done his resources here. Just going to play around with the drone a little bit. And on this map, the rush distance, if you look at just the mini-map right now, it looks like it's pretty short, but it's actually pretty standard. In fact, longer than on some maps. Does not fully block the hatchery, messed up his micros ever so slightly while he's making his Nexus. Very common to see that. And at this point, of course, gets his Forge up. He knows the links are going to be coming out. One thing to talk about with Guangali is that Seed did not play in the OSL, and so he didn't have to practice for that map because it wasn't in the qualifiers. And if you look at Shine, he's obviously had to practice on that map because he knows he's going to play on it potentially in the OSL. So for him, I guess there's a little bit more experience there. And maybe that's why we saw Seed do just a timing attack instead of trying to play a straight-up macro game, because he doesn't have so much familiarity of playing the late game on that map.
I actually don't really know if I like Guangali Beach. It looks like it's really a funny map if you think about how much detail they put in. So with the attention to detail, that's amazing. But as a map for like a professional game, I'm not quite sure if I really like it. I feel Casper has thrown out a lot better maps in the past, New Planet S being one of them that I really like quite a lot, that focused a bit more on the game itself. Guangali is pretty cool, as I said, with the attention to detail and everything that you have, just mirroring that location where those finals, those famous finals at the beach were being held. But I don't know, it's a little weird. With water as well, where you can build, and I don't know, it's very distracting, I feel, to a player.
Yeah, for me it just feels like it's kind of cute, but you know, our world is not where Starcraft matches belong. Well, we'll see.
The next map is going to be Gangnam.
Yeah, the next map is going to be like right outside my house. I'm like, this is weird.
That's not a 7-Eleven, that's a GS25.
Yeah.
Get your facts straight.
Exactly.
Alright, focusing on the new curve map though, we have the hatch, once again, the third coming out really fast. And with the opening that we see for Seed in this game, this is the normal timing that we have for Shine, but he also in game number 1 wasn't really reluctant to drop that early third hatch because he thought, well, I'm going to get my units out early, I'm going to delay my tech a little bit, not tech up at the 7-minute mark as most Zerg players do these days, but delay it a little bit, get more units out faster, and then if an attack comes in, I will be ready to deal with it.
Exactly. Mothership Core just has so much versatility, is what I mean to say. It can be used in so many ways. Right now, he actually goes out to meet the Zerglings with his Zealot and the Stalker, and should be able to maybe pick off one of those. He doesn't want to chase too far, though. Yeah, it turns around. Nice micro by Shine, good reaction time.
Yeah, good scouting by Shine too. Already has an overlord position to the top left in case a probe somehow sneaks by his units and is able to go in there. So he wants to know exactly what's happening there. We currently have, for just a few seconds, a little bit of a supply block for Shine. Doesn't really come into play. It hits his overlords quite well. And someone hits a very early third base.
Yeah, and I think the reason why he's doing this is because he knows he's checked very carefully with his Mothership Core. He knows there's no overlords around here. He also picked off the Lings. And Shine is going to be so focused on defending this little Mothership Core Stalker Zealot pressure and trying to protect his Queen that he may not actually scout the Nexus at all until it's too late.
On the other hand, Shine is known to be very aggressive, and he's going for a Roach one. He didn't start any attack at the 7-minute mark. He's delaying this once again, and he doesn't have too much gas yet either. He has two 2 extractors that he focuses on. Even gets the speed upgrade now before he heads into the lair. So his lair will be very, very late in this game, but he will have the opportunity to send a strong Ling and Roach army towards his opponent. For Seed, it's important that the Nexus finishes so that he can use it for the Photon Overcharge, but that might be one of those games where Seed, right from the beginning, has to play very, very defensive against an aggressive Zerg player.
Yeah. The problem for Shine really though is that he hasn't seen the Nexus, and if he doesn't know about it, then how can he prepare to be aggressive against? He is making 12 roaches, or 11. 11 that is, right off the start anyways.
He doesn't care what the build for Seed is. He didn't use those Overlords once to find out what's happening in the main base and what the tech is. He was just looking at this game as like, I do not care what you do, but from that point on, I'm going to follow up with my own build. I'm going to hit you with roaches and Zerglings, and if you're not prepared, you're going to die even before you can execute your plan.
Yeah. The Lings have already been shown here, but that's only part of what's coming.
That's 40
more Lings though, and he has still those 11 roaches walking across the map right now. The Mothership Core here is everything.
3 additional gateways are being built, and the +1 attack upgrade will be ready. You know, those Lings are going to have a huge problem against Zealot Warp in, but he has to be very careful. See that is. This comes all down to positioning, to micro, and of course to macroing up behind it. The lair tech has been started, there come the extractors, and the army is moving in. This is where Seed has to give his all.
Yep, the Nexus being targeted down, of course, as soon as possible. Only the roaches can hit it with good force fields here. And a little bit of indecision by Shine, he walks away.
Yeah, the cannon is gone. He wants to wait a little bit longer until the Photon Overcharge is gone. We have more and more Stalkers are being warped in. Needs a couple of Zealots as well with a +1 attack upgrade against the Zerglings. Blink is on the way, and the Zerg player is just trying to find a spot where he can attack. The Zealot at the front is on hold position. The force field also being dropped by Seed, being super safe here.
And it looks like Shine realizes this is not going to work out like he planned. He starts Aspire right now. And this is one of the beautiful things about the Mothership Core. There's no anti-air here, so he's never able to hide. He doesn't even need an observer to spot the army. He just flies the Mothership Core over it. It's like an observer that hurts you. It even shoots at your roaches, so they don't want to stick around too long. So it makes Shine kind of feel like he has to do or die. He has to walk away right now, or he has to commit. He can't just sit around with his army while the Mothership Core is pecking away at it.
Scout coming in now and detecting all those gateways. We will have Seed with, once again, +2 attack and blink, but his defense so far was beautiful. He had all the units in the right position. He didn't even struggle because he prepared so well for an eventual attack. Now he's going to face the Mutalisks again, but he's on 3 bases now, and this gives him a really good economy. He can follow this up with tech, but he's just getting gateway after gateway, and he will have a massive army to send out and great upgrades with him.
Yeah, this time he does not see the army coming through. This was his problem in game number 1, is seeing these counterattacks. He has the Zealot wall ready. And a few roaches, though, not going to take too long to take it out. He has to warp in some sentries. Here's the first one.
Yeah, he needs a force field, and he's swapping in another Zealot, but a little bit too late. Here comes the force field. He will be able to at least save the cannon. He's moving into the 3rd base of his opponent, and once the 3rd is down, he might be able to recall.
Yeah.
He might not even have to.
You know, I would love to see him kill the 3rd and then recall.
Me too.
And that would, I think, to be the best choice here. Is he going to do it?
Yes.
There's the recall. Beautifully
Nice.
done. But the units are still in the main base. He has to deal with these. Doesn't want to lose too many probes. He may want to just pull those away. There he goes.
Yeah, pulls them away and executes the rest of the roaches at the front, moves into the main base. There's not going to be a snipe on the Nexus. I don't think so, at least. He should be able to force field that properly.
I think you're right. He's got so many sentries here.
Oh,
there's the
so
burrow.
smart. That is actually amazing. That's a really good move, because Seed doesn't have tech.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything.
Exactly.
He has no Stargate, he can't use the Oracle with Envision, he does not have a robotics, he's just getting it right now. So this actually pins a lot of his units down into the main base. A very good strategical move here by Shine, identifying that there is a lack of detection.
Absolutely. The Muta's coming in here from the left side, and the Nexus is being targeted. He blinks some Stalkers down, but it's not enough. That Nexus is definitely going down.
Yeah, and the Nexus in the main base is once again being attacked. All those units being unburrowed, but the 3rd is now gone. So Shine exchanging blow for blow here, losing his own 3rd base, but moving in right away and taking down Seed's 3rd. Really cool game that we have here.
Yeah, a lot of great decisions here by Shine. Despite the fact that the 3rd base was up so early, he took his aggression and executed it really, really well. This is what he's known for. And here come the Mutas around the right side. He's going to try to, if he can, pick off a pylon or two, maybe even hit the assimilator, kill some probes with the glaive worm bounce damage.
We have a lot of resources banked up for Shine. Seed is still in a good position though, but he has to make sure that those Mutalisks are not taking him apart before he has his defense set up there.
That was close to the probes stacked up there.
Link was okay, but it was not good enough. Only taking down one of the Mutalisks. You want to do a little bit more with that.
Worker count right now, 53 to 62. So even though so many probes have been killed, in fact 16 in total, Shine has been pretty drone light this entire game. So he's only up 7 Harvesters. double Stargate goes down here as a response to the Mutas. He's going to get those Phoenixes out as soon as he can. And it's a heavy commitment. If Shine tries to switch tech, it's going to be hard, though, because he's down to 3 bases again. His 4th is now coming up.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I think about the double Stargate here. It is generally a good choice, but we have so many Mutalisks on the map, and once that Shine identifies what's going on, I expect a lot of Corruptors to be built, and yeah, that will help him quite a lot. 1 cannon in the main base just is not enough to deal with those Mutalisks. The numbers are way too big by this time.
And he gets away here. He's not even going to lose, it looks like, even a single Muta.
But he scouted what's going on, so we will most likely see a transition into Corruptors fairly soon.
Yeah. You know, the Corruptor transition much easier for him to make right now than trying to switch to Infestors. Just doesn't have a lot of gas banked up since he spent so much of it on the Mutas.
Yeah, Harvester's killed in this game is 30 by Shine. He took down 30 probes already. And because of those 3 bases, even with the 3rd Nexus having to be rebuilt, Seed has still a good economy and goes now for the double Phoenixes. But can he really withstand all this pressure? Because so far Shine is actually playing a really good game.
Yeah, he's just keeping him so occupied, attacking at all angles. And if he ever finds a few stray Stalkers like this, he tries to pick them off, forcing extremely good micro there from Seed. But you know, every little mistake you make with your micro, you lose a Stalker here, you lose a Stalker there, your opponent has better economy than you.
Yeah. Seed, on the other hand, is still doing fairly well with his defense here. I have to say, like, he's really doing everything that he can, and he picked up a fair amount of Mutalisks. Just once again in the main base, he's exposed and he sends those probes away, but he has to come back with the rest of the Phoenixes. Keep in mind that the fleet beacon isn't done yet, and nice production is immediately being attacked. The 1 Phoenix comes out of the Stargate and is focused down right away.
Oh, he could get the Mothership Core too, gets the cannon off, but still, losing that Mothership Core, a big blow. And just really, really nice to see him camp those Stargates like that. Just picking off any Phoenix he can, trying to kill the Stargates as well. Really keeping Seed on the ropes while he gets his 4th base fully saturated. He's got the gases up.
Yeah, and he got 10 Mutalisks on the production tab, so he's not going into Corruptors at all, at least not now. He knows that without the range upgrade for the Phoenixes, he doesn't really have to fear them as long as he has a really huge number of Mutalisks so that he can one-shot a unit, and that's exactly what he's going for right now. If Seed can survive a little bit longer, he might be able to come back into this game, but at this point, Shine is calling the shots.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. A huge lingering by, and there's no Zealot Warper to stop him. This could be game ending because he has way too many Lings in here. The Stalkers are going to take forever to get in. He's killed so many probes. Could target the Nexus here as well.
Oh my god, the Phoenix is dead in the waters here. Don't even get the range upgrade. We have them trying to fly away, but he doesn't have enough of them. He's trying to get more, but now we have Lings in the main base at the natural, and Seed is just spread out way too thin. Shine with a good decision here, splitting his army, and it looks like Seed might be out of luck. He's down 20 supply, but just look at this massive bank for the Zerg player.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a massive bank. He's about to use it. Makes 14 additional Mutalisks. That's what he's decided to do. He's going to commit. He's going to use all his gas for that. Every single mineral that he doesn't spend on those, he can use on Lings to continue to do run-bys, to continue to control the map. His creep spread is actually continuing on as well towards Seed's base.
Seed, funny as it is not out of it just yet. He's behind, but the gas is the limiting factor for Shine, and it took him a long time to get the extra gas up at its 4th base. So if Seed is actually getting a fair amount of Phoenixes out there, he could take down a significant amount of Mutalisks because he has that range upgrade now done. The annual pulse crystals are completed.
He's also going to have +1 too. And the thing is, with good Phoenix micro, the Muse aren't really hitting you, so the +2 for the Muse is not as useful as the Carapace might be in this case once that upgrade is done.
Okay, here we go. This comes down to the micro now. That Nexus might fall, but how many Mutalisks? At what cost? Well, he's moving in, and so far the Phoenix is doing a decent job. The Blink with the Stalkers is there, and it's going to be very difficult for Shine to escape here. He's losing a lot already.
Some shaky micro here from Seed, though, not microing to the, to the optimal there, but he does kill a lot of these Mutalisks. The Stalkers isolate them as well now. And Seed trying to tear back into this game, but he's already transitioned into Hydralisk and Roaches. Hydralisk speed is almost done. Yeah. He has the Roach upgrades out as well. 16 Roaches on the way.
51 Harvesters killed in total. We just saw it here in the production tab. But guys, that last engagement was brilliant for Seed. There was no snipe on the Nexus, he didn't lose too much, and he took down so many of the Mutalisks. And look what we have on the production tab for Seed. He's going into Storm, and Storm is not only amazing against the Mutalisks themselves, it's great against those Hydralisks.
Yeah. He already has 5 full energy sentries as well to help force seal against this attack.
He might actually not have the time to get Storm out here.
Yeah, he won't have Storm for this attack, and he won't have the Immortals that he wants either. He's already scouted with the Hallucination. It looks like that this is the transition here, but he needs This is going to be close. It's hard to call.
He needs a little bit more time. He has no chance of winning this fight, I feel. He needs Storm, in my opinion. He's trying to buy himself some time with those force fields. The Mutalisks are fighting against the Phoenixes. The hatch of the Nexus has been attacked. Storm is nearly done. He has High Templars. He has 2 of them. He's actually able to break through here. Moves in with the Phoenixes that once the most of the Mutalisks are gone. He's doing an amazing job. Seed is taking this army apart. I can't believe it. He moves in with the Phoenixes, lifts every single Hydra, and then the blink with the Stalkers, even without the Storm. He is winning that fight by a huge margin.
Absolutely, and once he clears that army up, now he has the ability to do some counterattacking if he wants for the first time really in this game. He takes a 4th instead. The 5th and 6th are up for Shine, but he doesn't have the gas stuff. He's not even mining from them just yet, and the creep is going to be pushed back like crazy here.
What a great defense by Seed in the last battle. A bit of a Shine trying to hit that engagement before Storm, but Seed is pulling a select here. He's going for the Subsun and takes down the entire army. Now Storm is completed, and those High Templars are just waiting for the Zerg army to move in.
And here they come. The Zerglings here struggling to get some surface area. Will he target the Nexus of the Hydras? Looks like he will not. The Phoenix is picking the Hydras up from the back. The Immortal doing damage at the front. Here come the Storms.
Are late, but they are there in the end.
Yeah, you know, and he didn't waste any Storms. That's really important too. That Storm that hit wasn't the best Storm, but he didn't spam them and let the Zerg army walk away.
We still have Seed with more supply, but that huge bank is gone. We had him at like 3,500 minerals, and this just completely evaporated. There's nothing left. And he, of course, is still a little bit ahead in economy since he has more bases. But Seed's now the one who's trying to establish his 4th. And he's getting his upgrades out there. Same is true for Shine with the 2-2. Once again, the Zerg player moving in. The Storm hits home, and the 2nd one is good as well. The 3rd one is beautiful.
Great Storms here. The Immortals are going to be able to wipe the rest of these Roaches out super, super quick. Even if the Immortals are targeted down, the Stalkers with a great amount of DPS here as well. 6 Stalkers on the way, and this Roach army has to be chased away.
Yeah, they are running away already. The reinforcements moving in, but the same is true for Seed, who just swapped in another round of Stalkers. And those boys, they are really strong now. They have the blink upgrade, he's using them well. They can at the front, distracting the Zerglings for a little bit longer. And another Immortal also coming in, needs to target down those Roaches, of course. But the defense, once again, is good, and Seed is closing the gap in supply.
Yeah, Shine seems to really have a problem with his larva management right now. He just used all of it on Zerglings, which is not going to be that useful against this type of army. He has so much gas that he's trying to figure out how he wants to use exactly. You know, does he make more Roaches, more Hydras? He can't switch back into Mutas. Maybe he needs to go into some Infestors, perhaps, but the problem is he's out of time, and Seed takes a supply lead now, has a 4th base up, and he is still making Phoenixes right now.
And I'm not sure what Shine is trying to do. Does he want to go into Broodlords? Does he want to have the Greater Spy? He doesn't have it yet. He needs to make a decision, and it's going to be Swarm Hosts. He's going for Swarm Hosts. There's only Storm. There are no Colossi just yet. We don't have the Robotic Spay. A sound decision, but Lings in the main base. This is great for Shine and horrible once again for Seed.
Yeah, he does warp in Zealots, and he will be able to stop this from doing critical damage, but it is going to be very annoying. And some probes will have to be remade. 11 Swarm Hosts and +3 for the Swarm Hosts coming out here as well. So it looks like with the +2 coming down from melee, we're going to see Swarm Hosts and then eventually Broodlords. I really like this because, like you said, there's no AoE besides Storm. There's no Colossi here.
Yeah, Colossi, they are just not there yet. And another thing that we have to point out, we didn't talk about this too much, we mentioned it briefly, the upgrades are just so much better for Shine. Yes, it's trying to snipe the Nexus here, great Storm against the Zerglings, killing a few of his probes off as well, but pulling most of them away. But coming back to my point, we only have +2 attack, there's not a lot of upgrades for Seed, whereas Shine is on 2-2 heading into +3 attack. And now, with the Swarm Hosts coming in, Seed really has to rely on those Storms, and he only has 3 High Templars.
Yeah, only 3. Warps and 4 additional ones. But the Locusts are coming, and they have a lot of upgrades, like you said.
Well, a great game by Seed so far, but Shine is relentless here. He wants to take this match, and he's moving in with those Locusts while attacking the 3rd base of his opponent. Once again, the Phoenix is moving in for the lift, and the Stalkers are trying to complete it. But here we have the move in, trying to take those Swarmers. A great blink forward, and he's sniping the first few of them. A great position for Seed. This guy is so resilient in this game, and look at the massive supply lead that he took, because Shine just does not get enough units out
he
there.
Doesn't have enough. The Observer is coming, and once the Observer arrives, he's just going to lift all these Swarm Hosts up. He avoids the Locust for now. We'll probably just storm those. The Phoenixes, there's the lifts. And Shine is looking desperate here. He's trying to make those Corruptors. He wants to get those Blue Lords out. He's remaxing with 37 Roaches right now. But these Swarm Hosts are dead in the water, dead in the creep, if you will.
This is a great engagement here. He's moving in again. He's lifting the Swarm Hosts. He's taking them out one by one. The Storm hits home right at the front. He's taking out everything in his path, and Shine is trying to rebuild as fast as he can. He actually has the roach numbers to push Seed back, even though there are 2 Immortals in the mix.
A few Locusts really helping out here, and he will barely push us back, and I mean barely. The Corruptor's not really useful in that fight, only fighting Phoenixes. Finally, +3 attack started here for Seed. He really desperately needs it right now.
He needs those upgrades. This is the huge advantage that Shine has. He has a massive amount of them, and he turned the tides again. We have a 40 supply lead for him, and just look at this gas. He could open his own gas station at this point. 2,400. He can get whatever tech he wants as long as he gets the minerals in.
Yeah. Seed now taking his 5th base very, very late here.
You know what?
To Shine,
I think Seed would like to have right now a Dark Shrine.
That would be very useful when he starts a Warp Prism.
With all those satellite bases, it would be so helpful for him. Now he has to go up to the top trying to save this base. It's too late already, but maybe he can at least storm a few of those units. No, and he's going to lose those High Templars too. Ouch.
Yeah, a huge mistake to not make those into Archons. He sends Zealots up here, but they're spotted and they don't do anything. They're going to be taken out here.
Seed, he has to take down some of those bases. The income is just incredible for Shine. And let's not forget, Seed basically has no income anymore. The mineral patches in the main base are gone. The mineral patches at the natural are also completely depleted.
And at the 3rd.
And exactly, his 3rd is running empty. His 4th has been destroyed. The 5th that we're now seeing built on the screen
may also be destroyed.
And I think this is just a battle of nutrition at this point. Seed with beautiful comebacks, but Shine just has such a massive, massive income lead, and that added to his upgrades. I'm not quite sure if Seed can really argue with this.
Seed is kind of being chased around in circles right now. Right now Shine's like, did you remake this base? No? Okay, well, kill your assimilators and also draw you away from this base, and even Burrows is early there. His Greater Spire tech is virtually complete. There it is, it's finished.
3,000 on the tap currently for Shine. He's going to go into a massive amount of Broodlords, and there they are. And the big problem for Seed is he does not have an answer here. He's trying his best with the Warp Prism going into the main base. Warp Prism itself already in trouble thanks to the Spore Crawler. But even the Queen is surviving here. Zerglings run in, and I feel this is just going to be a matter of time. Seed has shown great resilience in this game, but I don't see him taking it, not after Shine has now completely... Well, he's going for +3 melee, +3 attack for the air units. He's spine crawlering it up, building spore crawlers, and the massive army that he has should overwhelm Seed eventually.
Yeah, these bases for Seed are not long for this world. The Zealots look like they may actually, even just 2 of them, kill all the building spines, but all he has to do is warp it, or morph a few more units back at home to save his Greater Spire, and 2 Zealots are not going to probably kill that.
I think the only chance that Seed had in this game was when he defeated his opponent at the 3rd base, moved in for the counter-attack, did some damage to the army, but he never made it through to the bases. If he takes down 1 or 2 bases, then that might be a different game, but it's just such a massive, massive advantage for Shine in tech, in upgrades, and in economy. Seed still has a decent army, but just look on the production and also look on the resources shows that Shine at any point in the game can rebuild an entire 200 army and move in again.
Yeah. And this Nexus already being targeted. Locusts, Lings, Roaches, it's not going to last. The army of Seed way too far away. And even if he kills the small Roach force with some of the Locusts, it doesn't even affect Shine because, like you said, he has the bank. And he doesn't even kill them. The Brewlords are hanging out here.
The 4th is gone, and Shine, he knows what kind of position he's in right now. He knows that there's no income anymore for Seed. Seed is being starved here. He's trying to get another base, and even Tempests are now being built. A great choice, of course, against the Broodlords.
But can he afford them? That's the question.
Well, he kind of has to. He doesn't have another chance. That's another choice. That's his biggest problem. He has to defend this base, no matter the costs. But I don't think that he can do it with the Broodlords now moving in. Even 2 Tempests are not going to be enough.
Yeah, not at all. +3 for the Broodlords, almost done. That Storm was a little bit questionable. He has +3 for Broodlords, and then +3 for the Broodlings as well. 13 Mutas Caldor. He's going to use those to start picking away at the main base while he attacks here at the same time. A really brilliant choice. I like it a lot. And the Tempest, he has to pull those back.
Yeah, he's pulling them back, and as soon as we have those 13 Mutalists, he's just going to hit the main base, the natural, and just drawing his opponent out. You know that even if he can't fight this army, which he can just move in and take those buildings down. Every single time Seed has to move back, and this is a little bit the theme of this match, Seed just can't leave the bottom right of this map. He's always stuck into his corner. He had one opportunity to move out. He took down a lot of Shine's army, but he was not able to hit the economy.
Every single Roach he loses, he turns into a Mutalist. So right now he killed all the probes mining from these gases. He knows the minerals are dead. Trades the Roaches, starts more Mutas, 20 Mutas on the way, and they're soon going to fly into the main base and surprise him.
and then he's gonna lose his production, he's gonna lose his tech, and it's just this base here is his lifeline, but also his production matters, and once the production is gone, he is only relying on the army that he has on the map, and that's not gonna bring him a lot of fun.
He's got to babysit this base. There's no leaving it, and if he leaves this base, he loses it, loses the game. If he doesn't leave this base, like you said, he loses his production and his tech. He has one army, and when this army is dead, the game is over, so he has to do something with it if he wants to hope to win this game, and I just don't know if he can do it.
Really nice move against the Swarm Host, but the Mutalisks, they are on their way, and Seed is now just looking at the map and is like, oh my god, you had to do it, didn't you?
Yeah, now he pulls away, and this exposes his base here. He doesn't have all too many Phoenixes, and in fact now he's going to have none because he did not micro them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so hard against this many mutas.
I'm a little bit surprised that we don't see Shine moving in towards the 4th base with the rest of his army. He's only concentrating on the Mutalisks right now, and they do a significant amount of damage, but this is the chance that he has to take down that last tiny base of Seed.
Now he's doing it.
Now he's
moving those Swarm Hosts closer, or the Broodlords, that is to say, the flying Swarm Hosts. And if he targets the Nexus down...
If it's only the Broodlords, you know, that might not be enough.
He's got some Queens here. The Mutas coming through as well. He has so many Mutas, they became his main army.
Feedback against Queens is always just so devastating. But now the Nexus being attacked. Good storms against the Mutalisks, at least the first one. Can he get another one off or get those Archons close? Doesn't look like it. The Nexus is so low!
So low, and now it's dead. A good hit on those Mutas, but he won't be able to close the gap against the Broodlings.
This put a clock, even more of a clock on Seed's attack. He needs to move out now. This is the only thing that he can do. Sitting tight is not an option any longer, even especially since he doesn't have the resources to get another Nexus up.
He can't get the Archon in there, and even when he does, the Mutas take it out. This is game over here for Seed. He is going to lose 2-0 to the Samsung Con player.
Shine with a great game here, especially game number 1, but also in the second game, showing a really good shape. GG. Game over. And the Samsung Con player, he advances to the second round of the WCS Challenger League with a 2-0, taking out Seed, to now drop down once again.
Incredible holds from Seed, though, in that second game. I really thought he was down for the count maybe 3, 4, even 5 times, and every time he was able to stick in it just a little bit longer, but Shine really was one step ahead. He had the bases up, he had the bank, he had the tech switches. He switched tech several times. I mean, goes into the Roach pressure, into Mutalisk, then goes into a Hydra Roach, then goes into Broodlords, then goes back into, you know, Swarm Host a little bit there.
And of course, really a devastating situation here for Seed, who's now out once again of the Challenger League, was not able to go through here. For the Samsung Con player, everything went well though. It takes it with a 2-0, so it doesn't even need a third game to advance to the second round. And overall, a really good performance that we've seen from him today.
Got a feel for Seed. You know, he's going through some rough times in the individual league. He also goes through a team switch, which is never really comfortable to go through. You know, you've got to kind of get into a new team house, get into a new environment, learn to practice there. And
there's just nothing worse than winning your qualifier bracket and then going to the first round and losing without even taking a single map. There is nothing worse in Korea when you play Starcraft 2.
Yeah, this has already happened to Seed before.
Yeah, several times. So guys, this is of course only our first best of 3 of the day. We are going to head into our next one very soon. It's going to be a Zerg versus Terran. We have Life versus Cop up next, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
This is going to happen after our 5-minute break. So as soon as we are back, we'll present you with the second best of 3 here at the WCS Challenger League Korea. Stay tuned and we'll see you in a few.